Bagi saya mungkin pertanyaan yang lebih tepat adalah kenapa tidak memilih Prancis?
Well, France is known for its huge contributions to scientific research. Scientific research in France is very developed, and this is also reflected in the education system that they have.
The design industry in Singapore is very different from that in France. It really changed my mind when I saw how the design industry was like, and there were so many art exhibitions all the time, so I was really drawn to that.
Prancis memiliki kualitas pendidikan yang sangat tinggi dan merata di seluruh universitas di seluruh Paris.
ประทับใจวิถีชีวิตของคนฝรั่งเศสนะครับที่ให้ความสำคัญกับคุณภาพของชีวิตแล้วก็ยึดหลักของความเสมอภาคนะครับซึ่งเราก็เห็นได้ชัดในเรื่องของการปฏิบัติต่อนักศึกษาต่างชาติเนี่ยก็เทียบเท่ากับนักศึกษาฝรั่งเศสเลยทั้งสิทธิประโยชน์และก็ต่างๆนะครับ
So always I would say that take a leap as much as you can or take a chance.
In general, I think the education in France is quite hands-on, which is very good because in Singapore, a lot of the education is quite theoretical.
For me, the practical takeaways, it's really obvious because I'm staying abroad, like self-discovery and like learning how to be alone.
I mean, when I go to France, I was going there alone, right? So I have no friends, no family. I learned that you really have to be much more independent.
Dan personally bagi saya, student life di Prancis merupakan pengalaman sekali seumur hidup yang semua orang perlu coba.
Your personality becomes much more stronger when your culture is being challenged, but at the same time you accept the new culture by combining two of them together.
นอกจากการศึกษาแล้วเนี่ยก็เห็นว่าคือการใช้ชีวิตในต่างแดนเองหรือในที่ฝรั่งเศสเนี่ยก็ทำให้เราได้เปิดโลกทัศน์ในมุมมองใหม่ๆทั้งในเชิงของสังคมแล้วก็วัฒนธรรมนะครับซึ่งก็จะเป็นประโยชน์ต่อการใช้ชีวิตของเราในอนาคต
My studies in France has benefited me a lot. So in a lot of schools, there's a lot of good resources and opportunities for the students to work with actual labs that work on actual things. And this is a very good exposure for the students so that in the future they at least have a better idea of like what goes on in the real world.
Back in Singapore, I was doing more of 3D product, industrial design, like more of object making. After coming to France, I realized that I want to delve more into the digital design industry, but we really have like projects with real companies, like all about climate change, all about people with handicap issues, so it's really interesting.
My experience in France is actually very diverse, where it prepares me to accept different cultures, accept different people from different backgrounds. As an international manager, you need to know how to manage people, how to communicate with people, and also how to deal with people from very diverse backgrounds.
The thing that I will miss most about France is just the kind of student life there, because it's very different from Singapore. For example, in France, there's a lot of parties and gatherings. In French, it's soirée. I think it's in these moments where I'm like surrounded by all my friends, and then we're all just vibing to the music with like really epic lighting in the background, that I really appreciate how fortunate I am to meet so many nice people that accept me into their social circle even though I'm from a completely different background. Yeah, this is my favorite memory, I think.
You get to travel to different parts of the country during the weekend. You can go to Normandy for one weekend, Mont Saint-Michel on another weekend, and you can even go to the south. So it's not only limited to Paris, but you can travel to different parts. Of course, probably I would like to at least work for 5 years in Paris and see how it goes.
I'll definitely come back for a holiday.